627, welcome back. A story we're watching closely. Stu up in Skyfox, let's get to you right now to get the very latest on the protests which disrupted traffic there at LAX.
Well, the protest seems to be over as LAPD has basically rounded up almost all of those protesters. That's one of the last spots right there. They're still processing some of those protesters that they have taken into custody. That's going to be Manchester and Sepulveda Parkway. This is far from the LAX entrance than where it all started earlier on. Let me see if I can spin it around, and hopefully the clouds are still not going to be covering it up. No, they are not. Now, they actually have crews down there that are starting to clear up some of that debris that's actually at the entranceway of LAX. I got to be careful the way I zoom in there because there is some graffiti group onto the roadway that we cannot show on television, but you can see crews are out there working to clear up the last of the debris that was out there. This is the area where they were pulling down palm fronds and throwing any kind of debris into the roadway to block the LAX entrance on Century Boulevard. LAPD moved in pretty quickly, and the protesters made a run, came over to this intersection here. They actually cleared that area out completely. They were processing some of those protesters that they took into custody at that location. Others kind of broke free, and they were trying to double their way back to create some more havoc, to not allow people to get into LAX. But LAPD chased them around, and you can see it right there. They basically have got almost all the roads open right now, and we understand those protesters in custody. I know Gigi's on the ground down there. She's probably got better information and more of a sight to see. Gigi?
Well, over a dozen protesters have now been taken into police custody. That number possibly as high as 15. You are looking live at the exit here at LAX, and you can see the Sepulveda Boulevard has now been shut down per police request because there's a lot of debris and some stragglers. They're still trying to round up on Sepulveda. And I'm going to ask photographer Brian Shaw to spin around. What I've been seeing and talking to, a lot of frustrated shuttle drivers, the men and women who work for the shuttle companies, the different parking lots, off-site parking lots that bring folks in to catch planes, and also the hotel shuttle drivers. They've been stuck in all of this mess. Traffic is moving in and out of the airport, but much slower than expected, than needed, especially today on such a busy travel day. Now, what we've learned is this apparently is part of a concentrated effort across the country. Right now, police in New York City dealing with the same thing, but at JFK Airport, where people right now are getting out of their cars and carrying their own luggage into the airport so they don't miss their flights because the entrance to the airport was completely blocked. Now, LAPD and airport police here responded very quickly. They didn't want to see what we're seeing here now, and they tried to resolve it as quickly as possible, but unfortunately it could not be resolved. As Stu was mentioning, protesters gathered palm fronds and appeared to want to light them on fire to continue to block the entrance. An illegal event was declared, giving protesters time to disperse. They didn't, and when police went in to arrest them, many of them took off running, but they have been caught. Again, about a dozen to 15 people in police custody, and some of those people are going to be facing riot charges and attacks on peace officers because apparently there was some kind of scuffle. I don't know if it was a physical fight or the protesters threw something at officers, but they're going to be facing some very serious charges. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you. Good to see things have calmed down a bit over there. So let's take a look at